If you're planning to sell a home or property in Western Montana, what you say to your real estate agent matters more than most sellers realize. There's one phrase I hear all the time, especially from well-meaning sellers, that seems harmless, logical, and even smart. But in reality, it's quietly working against you. Not because your agent is offended, not because it's wrong, but because it changes how your home is priced, marketed, negotiated, and ultimately how much money you walk away with. So today we're going to talk about what sellers should never say to their real estate agent, especially here in Western Montana, and why understanding this can make a real difference in your final outcome. So, welcome to the Montana Real Estate Channel. I'm Craig Siphers with Siphers Family Real Estate. I work with my daughter Erica, who's a third-generation real estate professional. We are with Exit Realty, Bitterroot Valley South. We get calls, emails, texts from folks like yourself almost every day regarding real estate in Montana, and we try to cover lifestyle, culture, price points, neighborhoods, all things real estate. And today we're going to dive in and talk about what never to say to your real estate agent. So let's get at it right this moment. Western Montana is not a cookie cutter real estate market. We're dealing with rural properties, acreage, wells, septics, access issues, seasonal demand, lifestyle buyers, out-of-state buyers, and huge differences between neighborhoods, valleys, and even sides of the same road. What works in Missoula doesn't always work in the Bitterroot, as an example. What works for a subdivision might not apply to a 10-acre property with a shop and animals. And that's why communication between seller and agent matters so much here. And it brings us to the phrase, and here it is. This is the phrase sellers should never say to the real estate agent, "We're not in a hurry," or "We don't have to sell." Now, on the surface, that sounds reasonable. You might mean you're flexible, you're financially stable, you're not desperate, you want top dollar. But here's the problem. The market doesn't hear what you mean. The market reacts to what happens because of that statement. Let me explain. Most sellers say this for one of three reasons. They're trying to show confidence, they want to avoid pressure, or they believe patience equals higher price. And sometimes that can be true. But in Western Montana, more often than not, that phrase creates hidden problems that sellers don't see until it's too late. When a seller says we're not in a hurry, it often leads to overpricing. Why? Because the urgency to price correctly disappears. Here's what happens. The home gets listed a little high. The market responds with silence. Showings slow. Buyers assume something is wrong. The home becomes stale. You've seen it happen time and time again. And in Western Montana, days on market matters, especially with higher end homes, acreage, or unique properties. The longer a property sits, the more negotiating power buyers gain. Ironically, sellers who aren't in a hurry often end up reducing their price later, accepting a lower offer, or chasing the market down. Here's another issue sellers don't realize. When buyers sense that seller doesn't have to sell, they don't see strength. What they see is uncertainty. Buyers start asking, well, will they negotiate? Will they even respond? Well, will this deal go anywhere? And many buyers, especially out-of-state buyers, won't even write an offer if they believe a seller isn't motivated. So that means you get fewer offers, less competition, less leverage. And in real estate, leverage comes from interest, not from indifference. So marketing a property requires intention. When sellers say we're not in a hurry, marketing decisions often soften. There's less urgency on staging. There's delayed repairs, casual showing availability. Kind of the attitude is, well, let's kind of see what happens. But buyers feel that. So in Western Montana, especially, buyers are intentional. They're moving for lifestyle, land, family, or work. They want sellers who are clear and decisive, not passive. Strong marketing requires commitment. Instead of saying we're not in a hurry, here's what actually helps your agent help you. You might try, we want to sell for the best possible price using a smart strategy. Or we're open to market feedback. Or help us position this property correctly. We want to understand how buyers will see this home. These statements signal cooperation, strategy, confidence, and professionalism. And that allows your agent to price accurately, market aggressively, negotiate effectively, and protect your equity. Now, in Western Montana, unique properties need precision. We've had a number of them, and that unique properties are very difficult to sell. It's only a specific buyer that comes to the market. You might check out our Ultimate Barndominium video. Overpricing gets punished. Buyers actually do their homework, and assumptions do cost money. Now, this isn't about rushing a sale. It's about being intentional, informed, and strategic. Best sellers aren't desperate, but they are decisive. So your real estate agent isn't there to pressure you. They're there to guide you through a complex, emotionally high-stakes process. But they can only do that if there's communication and it's clear. So if you're thinking about selling in Western Montana, remember this. The biggest mistakes don't usually start with price reductions or bad offers. They start with a single sentence. Now, if you found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe to the Montana Real Estate channel, and we'd love to hear from you. Leave us a comment. If you're considering selling a home or property anywhere in Western Montana, remember, we have 9 offices to serve you throughout Western Montana, and so we'd like to give you an honest strategy conversation. So reach out to Siphers Family Real Estate. We've been helping folks buy and sell real estate in Western Montana since 1966. Thanks for watching.